thank you so much, Black Rose. This was a great idea for a forum topic. Dating. All right, so a lot of games have romances in them. And a lot of time the romances follow this particular model. Crisis is happening. Person number one meets person number two. Tension. They kiss. Romance. Real life does not work like that. Now, it's a game. Games aren't supposed to be real life. But let's inject some delicious reality into the unbasted turkey that is video game romances. Let's have our characters date. Why not? So, what is dating? I mean, I actually feel kind of silly having to explain this. But what is dating? Dating is when two people who either have a really close friendship or have romantic intentions, which will go with the latter here, not the former, go into an activity together to get to know each other and see how their chemistry works.
Yeah.
Teal and I dated a lot for a long time. Most RPG characters, hell, most video game characters who are involved in a romantic relationship do 0 dates.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Right. They're so what that would mean is that they are getting together due to this crisis or whatever. And how long is that relationship going to last? You know?
Until the crisis is over.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, a relationship born of adversity only lasts as long as the adversity.
Yeah.
In a way, it's kind of a good thing that Titus vanishes at the end of Final Fantasy X, because now there's no real, worry that him and Yuna are ever going to break up. Because what do they know about each other? Well, one kicks a ball, and the other one summons giant monsters, and they make out underwater.
Yeah,
great for a fling.
That's basically the gist of it.
Yeah. Now, does this mean that dating has to happen on screen? No, you don't have to have your dating mini games. In fact, if you're not running a dating sim, you probably don't want them. But let's acknowledge that relationships take work if they're going to last. Now, relationships just take work, period. You know?
Yeah. You have to do stuff together. And here's the thing. You don't have to have the dating to be on screen.
Right.
As Steele said, you could have a conversation as two characters, two friends are walking down the forest trail, and one of them says that they went someplace to eat with their lady love last night, and it was a pretty good restaurant, and their friends should go try it out.
I like that a lot. Because at that point, what you're doing is you're establishing that the character who mentions the date has gone on some sort of an outing with their love, and then puts it in a place where the other character, who we'll assume is the protagonist in the situation, now has the option to take their love interest. Tron brings up a good point. A lot of times, young developers and writers try to implement a romance without any personal experience, and it is true that it is very hard to put something in your creative work if you have 0 experience. It's not impossible, but it is difficult. I could definitely
write what you know.
Yeah, I could definitely write about romance in any game or story I write, because I've been involved in one. I could write about dating because I've dated for a long time, But let's say I hadn't. Let's say that I've never dated before. Let's say that I'm a young dev who's maybe gone to a prom, in high school, and that's it. I've never really been deeply in love. I've had crushes. Okay, so how am I going to write about dating? Well, what I would do at that point is I would start Googling what actual dating is like in whatever culture I'm working on, and then try to put that into how my culture works, make that part of your world building, and then build a scenario in my game where these two characters do this. See, Teal's right. A dating doesn't have to be a formal date where, I dress up, you dress up, we go and we have dinner and a movie. It doesn't have to be that. A date could literally be just two people walking in a park talking about each other.
Yeah.
You know, those moments of respite that Teal and I are always talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does make for a good moment of respite.
It does.
Mhm.
It does indeed. And Black Rose is talking about dating. Yes, you can date a number of people in Persona 5. It actually has a very good social mechanic for dating with a number of characters. So, yeah. That's a good example.
Yeah, including your teacher, yes.
Your teacher, your doctor. I mean, the list goes on. Joker gets around. But, yeah, I think what I would like to see people do is put more of the interaction that comes between two people who are interested in each other, working to create that into an actual relationship.
Yeah.
Instead of having the relationship be born solely of adversity. Because those don't last. They can't last. You know, all relationships are like houses. If they're built on a shaky foundation, they inevitably will fall. And it'll be a catastrophic fall.
And we don't want to see that.
No, we don't. So let's kind of give it. Let me distill it down to a couple of points, okay?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
This. All right. So point number. We just got
hawked. We just got hawked.
I guess my relationship is strong as heck and built on steel.
Read what he said.
I guess my relationship is strong as hell and built on steel.
Steel.
It's a bromance.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you so much. Tier 1, 26 months. Awesome. Ooh, ooh.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, hey, D5. D7. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you guys. All right. And thank you so much for the sub, Hawk. And you know, guys, let's just start jumping into those points. All right, let's do it. So this
is... Hawk, we're talking about dating in a game.
Yup. Time to date. He hates the ooh so much that he deserves another one. Let's give him another one. Hawk, this is for you.
Let's give him another one.
Ooh, ooh. And we never saw him again.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tron says, speaking of dating, one trope I'd like to mention that I find quite annoying is breaking up healthy relationships after a time skip. Yeah, let's just kind of go into it.
That's just lazy. Yeah. That's lazy writing. Yeah. Just lazy.
If you want a relationship to end it. End it on screen. Breakups are painful.
Yeah.
They suck. I have seen in my entire life one amicable breakup, and I wasn't involved in it. It was someone else. All right, let's go over some points here.
Yeah, hey! Let's get to those points, huh?
Well,
it's human!
Except for the fact that literally every few seconds.
You're just in time for the learning. Yes, you are.
Joins. All right. Yeah, no, seriously. It's like I start going over my points, and then people just jump in, and I'm compelled to say, hi,
Absolutely.
Guys. Good to see you all. I want everything back up when we wreck up. Wait, I want everything back when we reek up.
Break up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's talk about these points. So this is kind of like a summary list of what we just talked about. First off, the dates in your games don't have to be formalized dates. They can just be a point in which the two characters involved, or three if it's a polycule, or more, get closer to each other. Point number 2, you can use those during your moments of respite between BS. Okay, cool. Number 3, it doesn't have to be a mechanic. You don't have to have a dating mechanic. Number 4, use it as a chance to give character information out. You know, those little tidbits that actually bring your characters to life and build those emotional connections between the player and the characters. And number 5, handwork. And number 5, whatever you do, follow through with it in a way that's realistic. Don't build a relationship on adversity unless you're planning on it not lasting. And then at that case, have it end in a realistic way.
Yeah.
And then don't break up after a time skip. That's sort of the, we'll call that the Tron rule.
If you're going to do a breakup, that needs to be on screen, and it needs to be a compelling reason for the breakup.
Yeah. Even if it's just, hey, we got together while the world was ending, and now the world is not ending, we realize we have nothing in common, so...
yeah, so,
peace.
Yeah, peace.
Totally okay. Honestly, hopefully this has helped you guys out. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are, because I want to see more relationships in games be built the way relationships are supposed to be built.
I do too.
One brick at a time.
Yeah.
Alright, if you like what you saw, lay the smack down the like button below, subscribe to our channel, consider supporting us on Patreon, connect with us over Facebook, Twitter, Discord, and we will see you in the next video.
See you next time.